Ready to dive into the world of Android.
Let's do it.
We're talking the best Android phones for 2024, right?
Yeah, you got it. The hottest releases, the biggest updates.
We've been poring over reviews, specs, expert opinions.
Oh, that good stuff. So you don't have to.
Because let's be real, choosing a new phone, it can feel impossible.
Absolutely. Overwhelming.
So many brands, so many models. Where do you even begin?
That's where we come in. Think of this deep dive as your shortcut.
Your guide to the Android galaxy.
We're cutting through the noise, giving you the insights you need.
No jargon, just straight talk.
The stuff that actually matters when you're choosing a new phone.
And trust me, this year is a big one for Android.
Huge.
But there's one phone that's on everyone's radar.
Consistently topping the charts.
The Samsung Galaxy S24.
It's being called the best overall phone of the year.
And for good reason.
The battery life alone is a game changer.
I've heard it's incredible.
We're talking all-day power, even if you're using it nonstop.
No more scrambling for a charger.
Not a chance.
That's a game changer for sure. And on top of that, Samsung is promising something pretty amazing with software updates.
7 years.
7 years of updates.
Can you believe it?
I mean, that's practically unheard of in the Android world.
It's a big deal.
Well,
It means your phone stays up to date, all the latest features, the security patches, everything.
So you're not stuck with an outdated phone after just a year or two.
Exactly.
I love that. But it's not just about the big things, right?
What do you mean?
Sometimes it's the little details that make all the difference. And I heard about this one feature on the S24, something called Circle to Search.
Oh, yeah. That's slick.
So what is it exactly?
Imagine you're scrolling through something, an article or a website.
And you see a picture of something. It's something you want to know more about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of typing it into Google, you just circle the image on your screen.
We're on a phone.
Yep. Circle it with your finger, and boom, Google search pops up with results based on the image.
That's amazing.
It's those little touches, those moments of seamless integration that make the S24 stand out.
I can see why it's getting so much buzz. But let's say you're working with a tighter budget. You still want a great phone, but maybe you don't need all the bells and whistles.
You're talking about value for money.
Ex-
In that case, the Google Pixel 8a is a serious contender.
The 8A, what makes it special?
Well, it actually shares a lot of the same impressive specs as its more expensive sibling, the Pixel 8.
Seriously, so you're getting those high-end features without the high-end price tag.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The main difference seems to be a slightly slower wired charging speed, but honestly, with wireless charging being so common now.
Yeah, not a deal breaker. Okay, so we've covered the overall winner and the budget champ, but what about something a little more, futuristic?
You're talking about foldables.
Exactly.
It's the future of smartphones.
They've been talking about foldable phones for years, and it seems like they're finally becoming mainstream.
Totally. And this year, it's a two-horse race.
Oh, tell me more.
It's the Motorola Razr Plus versus the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6.
The battle of the foldables. What sets these two apart?
Well, the Razr Plus, that one's all about that big, bold outer screen.
I've seen pictures. It's huge.
Right. It's perfect for quick tasks. Checking notifications, controlling music, even playing mini games.
Mini games on your phone? That's wild.
It's a real head turner, that's for sure.
Sounds like it. So what about the Flip 6?
The Flip 6 is all about refinement. Samsung really focused on polishing the overall experience.
So it's less about flashy features and more about a smooth, polished experience.
Exactly. The camera tech, for example, it's
Yeah.
miles ahead of the competition, even the Razr Plus.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And let's not forget the price difference. The Razr Plus, all those features come at a cost.
So it's a classic trade-off. Do you go for the eye-catching features and that big, bold design, or do you opt for a more refined, maybe more affordable option?
Tough choices.
They are, but that's not all, is it?
What else is there?
The phones that push boundaries, that make you rethink what a smartphone can be, the ones with that?
The it factor?
Yes.
Oh, I like those. Phones that surprise you, that do something totally unexpected, like that OnePlus 12. Have you seen the charging speed on that thing?
The OnePlus 12. Fast charging is kind of their thing, right?
Yeah, but they've outdone themselves this time. We're talking 80W wired charging.
Hold on, 80W, as in fully charged in under 30 minutes.
You got it.
That's insane. Most phones take like an hour or more to charge fully.
I know, it changes everything. Imagine no more overnight charging.
Or those frantic searches for an outlet when you're running low.
Exactly.
Okay, so I've got speed demons. What else? What about something different?
You mean like aesthetically different?
Yeah, like a phone that makes a statement.
Well, in that case, you have to check out the Nothing Phone 2.
The Nothing Phone with the lights on the back.
The glyph interface, it's back and better than ever.
For those who don't know, it's basically a series of LED lights on the back of the phone that light up for different things like notifications, charging, even different contacts.
It's pretty cool. And it's not just a gimmick, it's actually useful.
And definitely eye-catching.
No doubt. It's a phone for people who want to stand out.
I like it. Okay, so we've got speed, we've got style, but we can't forget about those who need a phone that can keep up with their busy lives.
The multitaskers.
Yes, the power users.
Oh, we've got plenty for them. For starters, the Google Pixel 9 Pro. Their camera tech is in a league of its own.
Especially when it comes to low-light photography, right? I've heard good things.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And then for those who are all about multitasking, you've got to check out the OnePlus Open.
The foldable.
Yep, it's all about that big screen real estate.
Perfect for productivity.
Exactly. Plus, with those fast charging speeds, you're never tied down for long.
Love that. But we can't forget about the gamers.
Oh, they're covered. The ROG Phone 8 Pro is a beast.
ROG, as in Republic of Gamers.
The one and only.
Now that's a phone designed for serious gaming.
This phone even has a built-in cooling fan.
A cooling fan, seriously.
No joke. It prevents overheating, even during those marathon gaming sessions.
That's incredible. It's amazing to see how specialized the Android market has become.
It's amazing, right? No matter what you're into, there's a phone out there that's perfect for you.
So true. And it's not just about the big names either, right?
What do you mean?
Well, there are so many other great phones out there. We can't forget about sustainability, for example.
Right. We have to mention the Fairphone 5. It's designed with sustainability in mind.
Ethical sourcing, repairability.
All of that. Now, it's not available in the US yet, but still.
It's good to know there are options out there. It's
Yeah.
all about exploring, right?
Exactly. Finding that perfect phone is a journey.
And it all starts with knowing what's out there.
Which is why we're here, to guide you through it. It really is. There are so many hidden gems out there. Phones that might not be on everyone's radar, but offer incredible value.
That's what I love about Android. There's something for everyone.
Exactly. It's not about finding the best phone on some arbitrary list.
Because that best phone list, totally different for every person.
100%. It's about finding the phone that best fits your needs, your priorities, even your style.
Totally. And speaking of style, let's talk about how these phones look and feel.
You mean design?
Yeah, the design, because what's the point of having all this amazing tech if it's not a joy to use, right?
Oh, absolutely. Design is huge. And this year, we're seeing manufacturers really step it up.
Oh, tell me more. What trends are you seeing?
Well, for starters, premium materials are everywhere.
Premium materials? Like what?
We're talking titanium frames, ceramic backs, things like that.
Ooh, fancy.
Right. It gives these phones a really luxurious feel.
And it's not just about looks either, is it? Those materials are tough.
Exactly. They can handle a few bumps and scratches. But it's not all about going high-end. We're also seeing a lot of brands embrace a more minimalist aesthetic.
I like that. Clean lines, simple colors. Sometimes less is more.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the details. Things like the placement of the buttons, the size of the bezels, even the feel of the vibration motor, all of that contributes to the overall experience.
It's all those little things that you might not even notice consciously, but they add up.
Exactly. It's about creating a phone that feels intuitive, comfortable, like an extension of yourself.
I like that. So we've talked a lot about the hardware, the design, but we haven't really touched on the software side of things.
The software. The unsung hero of the smartphone world.
Because it doesn't matter how powerful your phone is if the software is clunky and annoying to use, right?
Think about it. And luckily, Android phone manufacturers are really stepping up their software game this year.
Oh, in what way?
Well, one of the biggest trends is the integration of artificial intelligence, or AI.
AI, it's everywhere these days. But what does that actually look like on a phone?
That's a great question. It can be a lot of things. Think of it like this. AI is essentially about making your phone smarter and more intuitive. It's about those little things that save you time and effort.
Give me an example.
We'll take the Samsung Galaxy S24, for instance. It's got this whole suite of AI-powered features called Galaxy AI. One of my favorites is the real-time translation feature. Say you're on a call with someone who speaks a different language.
Yeah.
With Galaxy AI, your phone can actually translate the conversation in real time.
Whoa. Like I can just talk and they can understand me.
Pretty much. It's not perfect, the tech is still evolving, but it's getting better all the time.
That's amazing. So it's not just about replacing human intelligence, it's about enhancing it. like having a super smart assistant in your pocket.
Exactly. AI has the potential to revolutionize the way we use our phones.
I'm excited to see where it goes. But I have to ask, are there any downsides to all this AI integration? Privacy concerns or anything like that?
That's a valid concern for sure. And it's definitely something to be aware of. As with any new technology, it's important to approach it with a critical eye, make sure you're comfortable with the way your data is being used.
That's good advice. So, AI aside, what are some other key things that users should be looking for in a mobile operating system? What makes one software experience stand out from the rest?
Well, for me, it all comes down to customization and ease of use. I want a phone that can adapt to my needs, not the other way around.
Customization is huge. It's your phone. It should reflect your personality, your workflow, all of that.
Exactly. And luckily, Android gives you a ton of options in that department. You can customize everything from the home screen layout to the notification sounds, the system-wide color scheme, you name it.
It's like having a digital canvas. You can really make it your own.
Exactly. And on top of that, you've got features like gesture controls, which can make navigating your phone so much more intuitive and fluid.
It's those little touches that make a big difference. But let's talk about something that's important for any phone, regardless of the software or the fancy features. Battery life. Because what good is a phone if it's always dying on you?
Tell me about it. Battery life is crucial. And luckily, it's one area where we've seen significant improvements in recent years.
So no more carrying around those bulky external battery packs.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Many of the phones we've talked about today boast all-day battery life, even with heavy use.
Music to my ears. But even with those amazing batteries, we still need to charge them eventually. What's new in the world of charging tech? Because nobody wants to be tethered to an outlet for hours on end.
Right. Well, fast charging is becoming the norm. And like we talked about earlier, the OnePlus 12 takes it to a whole new level with its 80W wired charging.
Seriously, that's so fast.
I know. It's a game changer for people who are always on the go.
Okay, so we've talked about speed, we've talked about battery life, but let's not forget about the fun stuff.
You mean like games?
Games, apps, all the amazing things you can do with these phones. Because at the end of the day, a phone is more than just a tool. It's also a source of entertainment, a way to connect with the world.
Totally. And the Android ecosystem is bursting with amazing apps and games for every interest imaginable.
And when it comes to apps, Android's got it going on.
Oh, absolutely. Millions of apps, you can find anything you need.
Seriously, the Google Play Store, it's a gold mine, but also a little overwhelming if you're not sure where to start.
True, it can be a lot to take in.
So for someone who's maybe new to Android, what are some of those must-have apps, the ones you just can't live without?
Okay, let me think. For productivity, Slack is essential.
Slack, for sure, especially if you work with a team. Keeps everyone in the loop.
Exactly. And then there's Notion. Have you tried that one?
Yeah.
It's amazing for notes, projects, to-do lists, you name it.
I've heard good things about Notion. Organization is key. Okay, but let's be real. We need our downtime too. What about entertainment?
Well, you can't go wrong with the classics. Netflix for movies and shows.
Netflix is a must. And for music.
Spotify is always a good bet. Although there are tons of music streaming services out there, so it really depends on your taste.
True. And then, of course, there's social media.
Can't forget about that.
Instagram, TikTok, all those rabbit holes.
Oh, yeah, those can suck you in. But don't forget about all the smaller, more niche apps out there, too.
Oh, absolutely. Like what?
Like, there are apps for managing your finances, tracking your fitness goals, learning a new language.
Even finding the best local restaurants. Seriously, there's an app for everything.
Exactly. That's the beauty of Android. There's so much variety, you can really tailor it to your life.
It's incredible the power we have in our pockets these days. But with all this data, all these apps, all this connectivity, we have to talk about security.
Right, security is essential.
Because it's not just about protecting our phones anymore, it's about protecting our information, our identities. So what are manufacturers doing to keep us safe?
A lot, actually. For starters, most phones these days come with some form of biometric security.
Right, like fingerprint sensors.
Yep. Or facial recognition.
I actually love the convenience of those features. They've come a long way.
Me too. But it's not just about keeping the physical device secure. It's about protecting your data on the inside too. And many phones now come with something called a secure enclave.
A secure enclave.
It's basically a separate, isolated part of the phone's processor that's specifically designed to protect your most sensitive data. Things like passwords, biometric information, all of that.
Oh, wow. So it's like a vault within a vault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on the software side, updates are crucial. Those software updates, they often include security patches that protect you from the latest threats.
Because the bad guys, they never stop, do they?
Nope. Hackers are always finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities. That's why those updates are so important, even if they can be annoying sometimes.
They are. But they're worth it for that peace of mind.
Definitely. And it's a good reminder that security is a two-way street.
What do you mean?
Well, phone manufacturers are doing their part, but we as users, we have to do our part too.
Like being careful about what we download, the websites we visit.
Exactly. And being wary of suspicious links or emails, a little common sense goes a long way.
So true. Well, I think we've covered just about everything in the Android universe. The latest phones, the hottest trends, the must-have apps.
We've explored it all.
We have. But at the end of the day, it's not about having the most expensive phone or the latest features.
It's about finding the phone that's right for you.
Exactly. The phone that fits your life, your needs, your budget. Because technology should enhance our lives, not complicate them.
100%. It's about using these amazing tools to connect, create, explore, and have some fun along the way.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So, until next time, keep exploring that Android galaxy. There's a whole universe of possibilities out there.